not a romantic novel, or perhaps you think it is, but I think of it as historical fiction.
All right, well, historical romantic novel.
Very
All right.
well.
Yes.
I'll go with that.
And who is Miss Trumpet, Elizabeth?
She is a character that we created.
Yeah.
She is in theater.
And she has a father who's been a big star.
Big star, a big actor.
And a mother who wants no part of show business.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some of this is based on our experiences as performers. My husband has been a performer all of his life. I started when I was 4 years old in the showbiz.
Well, that sort of makes all of your life, too, unless
Yeah, pretty
he was
much.
carried as an infant.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And in that time, we have combined some of our family stories, our family feelings about show business. Not everyone on Bill's side of the family loved show business. My family did.
Where were you from?
Go ahead, Billy.
I was born and raised in Harvey, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago.
Not known for being a theatrical birthplace.
That's true, that's true. But however, my dad, although his business was the World Book Encyclopedia, what he did for fun was to act and sing and entertain. And so that's what I grew up with. I thought that that's what you did. You had a real job, and then you did what was fun in your spare time.
And you were born where?
I was born in San Francisco. My mother was an actress, a radio actress. I was a wartime marriage that dissolved as soon as Dad came home from overseas. So my mother and my grandmother raised me here in Los Angeles. Matriarchy. Mother kept on acting. Television began. She was a television actress. I was put on the stage not by her, but because times were tough, we ran a rooming house. And one of the guests in the house worked for Sol Hurok. And they were doing the first production of Madame Butterfly to have been put on by the Metropolitan Opera Touring Company since World War II. And they needed a little trouble, a little child of Madame Butterfly and Lieutenant Pinkerton. And I had long blonde curls and our gardener's kimonos that fit me. So I wound up doing that production. And it certainly changed my life. So I became a professional at 4.
Well, and working for Sol Hurok, there was no bigger name.
There was no bigger name. And I worked with Dorothy
Yeah.
Kirsten and Eleanor Stieber. Those were my 2 experiences. I'll go on with this story. I remember the first time I was on the stage. I had been coached by Miss Stieber in her dressing room. Now, when I carry you on, I'll be carrying you on, and then we'll set you on a pillow. There was no rehearsal. We'll set you on a pillow, and you just sit very quietly and don't let anything disturb you. So she picked me up. We're standing in the wing. She's about to make her entrance singing. Can you deny this, this, this? And I heard this heavenly, enormous sound, which was her singing voice. And I reared up in her arms, scared, shocked, amazed, and she, in her catch breath, and she had no time to speak to me, said, lie down, remember you're supposed to be asleep. So that was my first entrance.
But those tuning in and seeing the book, but they also see your faces, are saying, wait a minute, I know those people. It's Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
Yes, we've been on it for a long time.
How many years?
Suzan started in 1968. I started on it in 1970.
Oh, so there was a sort of a schism
over 40
there.
years.
Yeah. At that point, had you known each other?
No.
I had seen Billy on stage when he was touring with the national company of Bye Bye Birdie. I had been a usher at the second balcony and been intrigued by this wonderful dancing, singing, handsome man. I'd purchased his records, The Ballad of Davy Crockett, which he has the gold record for. I had watched him on your show of shows. So I was sort of a fan from afar, but when he walked onto the set at NBC, he was more wonderful than I had expected. And after 4 years of working together, we married in real life.
It's been great.
And then, eventually,
it's been great.
The producers let us marry on the show.
Oh, how nice. That was nice on their part.
And they divorced us, and they remarried us.
Bill Hayes, the longtime cast member on The Days of Our Lives, a prominent and legendary actor passed on at the age of 98. This is a man who actually starred in the soap opera since 1970, and he has been on television for so many years, close to 50 years. But his passing on actually will leave a very huge dent within the entertainment and the movie or the film industry of US. This is a man actually who started acting way back in around 1970, and he actually appeared in so many movies and TV shows. The most prominent one was Days of Our Lives, and this is actually that made him so popular, together with his wife Miss Suzan. The family has come out to release a statement that read that it's with heavy heart that we share the passing on of our beloved Bill. One of the longest running characters on Days of Our Lives, Bill originated the role of Doug Williams. That was in 1970, and he portrayed him continuously throughout life. The representative of the family father said he and his wife Suzan Seaforth-Hayes remained the foundation of the Williams-Horton family, spanning more than 50 years. Days of Our Lives executive producer Mr. Ken Corday actually also came out with a statement that read that I have known Bill for most of my life, and he embodied the heart and soul of Days Our Lives. Although we are grieving and will miss him, Bill's indelible legacy will live on in our hearts, and stories will tell both on and off the screen. This is a man who was born in Illinois with a very huge talent, and I just recently celebrated his 98th year birthday. But news came in when they announced that he had passed on. He had a couple of health-related issues, and you know, because of his old age, he did not live to see his 100th birthday. In this exact moment in time, all we are saying is continue resting in power, the King, Bill Hayes. Rest in power, King, Mr. Bill.
Details of his funeral and memorial service actually have not been revealed yet, but as we are waiting for those details, of course, we assume the representative of the family will come out to give a statement regarding whether the funeral will be a private one or it will be public and open to everyone, most especially the fans who really loved, cherished, and also actually for those who would want to pay tributes to the legend that is Mr. Bill. Obviously, in case that information is availed, we'll be bringing it to you here.